ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Welcome to President's News for Wednesday, the 31st of July. It's another good week of news in the clubhouse tonight, I'm pleased to say. A couple of club announcements and 4 new club records. We've got our usual results roundup. We've had the England Athletics under-15s and under-17s champs last weekend. We had the British Masters track and field champs over the weekend up in Derby, and we had the Kent Young Athletes League here on Sunday. We've got our usual parkrun and parkrun podiums, and then what's coming up. And then tonight it's a special 300 club with Tony at the end. So another busy night, but so we'll just get started. Okay, so special announcement. Last week we had Sam up in the club room with us. He was sharing his tales after that fabulous run at the Diamond League, where he ran a super quick time, an Olympic qualifying time, but with the knowledge that he wasn't going to be going to the Olympics, it was too late. But then on Sunday even, Sam got the call up. Unfortunately, Charlie Carville, part of the 4x4 relay team, had picked up an injury and had to pull out, and so GB Olympic team, whatever, had called in Sam. So Sam is now in Paris. He is an Olympian. He'll be running in part of the 4x4 GB team, which is fantastic news. It's like a fairy tale ending to a lovely story. So well done to Sam. So great news, yeah.
Won't have to pay any subs anymore, are you?
That's right. No, that's a good thing. Then second piece of news, we have the GB selection for the Under-20 World Championships confirmed in Lima, Peru at the end of August, for Daniel Goriola, 110 hurdles, Cleo Agipong in shot, and Faith Akinbeleji's had a call up for the 4x100. So I think Daniel and Cleo we were certain of, but Faith we weren't sure of, so she's had a call up for the relay squad, which is great because she's coming back from injury and getting really good, but a bit late in the season. Anyway, we've got some club records to share. So the first one, this time last week, young Joe Skeins was running over at the Tooting BMC match last Wednesday, running 1500 metres, under 17 men's, and he ran a club record of 3:49.86. He broke his own club record, which he set just back in May, of 3:52, when he had broke the previous record of Rob Farish's 3:53, which had stood for over 40 years. So it's a great result there. This ranks him 4th in Britain under 17 men, but he's a first year under 17, so he's 2nd in Britain under 17, first year under 17, behind Evan Grime, his big his rival, who's run a 3:47. And what I think was quite special actually was that last week when we spoke with Sam, we were asking him, oh, did any of the kids try and get your number after your Diamond League race? And it was Joe Skeins that got his number. And then we've got Joe winning or breaking club records of his own. So it just seems kind of fitting that it would be Joe that was getting Sam's number. Anyway, final 3 more club records to share. A kind of correction one from last week, I got confused with last week. So Harry Fage set an under 17 men's 1500 metre steeplechase record of 4:44, and this was back in 2023, so September 2023, when the barrier height changed for under 17 men from 3 foot to 2'9". Unfortunately though, Ben O'Grady just beat it last weekend with 4:38.06, so it's a very short-lived record perhaps. So yeah, Ben ran that up in Birmingham at the under 17 champs. And then the final club record went to Steve Langdon, M65 javelin, when he threw 43 metres 20 up in Derby at the British Masters champs. So that was our club news and club records. So moving on to our results roundup. The first one I spoke of was the England Athletics under 17 and under 15 champs up in Birmingham. We had 32 athletes entered for this, 18 of our under 15s and 14 under 17s. It's great to have had so many in the championships because it's not an automatic entry. You have to have an entry standard, either the time, distance or height. So well done to all of those who had actually qualified for the championships. We had 13 of our athletes making finals and 3 athletes coming home with medals. So going through our finalists, in 11th place we had Oliver Ward, under 17 men's 1500 steeplechase. In 10th we had Charlie Platt, under 17 men's pole vault. In 8th we had Neve Stanley, under 17 women's 1500 steeplechase. We had Erin Simpson, under 17 women's discus, Jamie Ellerton, under 15 boys 80 metre hurdles, and Ryan Rennie, under 17 men's 400 metres. In 6th, we had Cian Farrell, under 15 boys 800 metres. In 5th place, we had Rory Whitcomb, under 15 boys hammer, where he threw a PB of 47.05, was just over a metre's PB. In 4th, we had Cara Bryan, under 15 girls 800 metres. We had Ben O'Grady, where he set the club record and PB in the 1500 metre steeplechase for under 17 men. And also a 4th for Alessia Scala, under 15 girls triple jump, where she jumped a PB of 10.52, agonisingly just 4 centimetres off 3rd. But Alessia came home with 2nd in the under 15 girls high jump, jumping 163, along with Amelia Desi, under 15 girls shot, who took home a silver. And in 1st place, we had Ella Brooker, under 15 girls pole vault, where she jumped 3 metres 11. 2nd place was 3:01, so she was well clear in 1st there. And Ella is just a 1st year under 15, so very well done to Ella. And her coach John was telling me last night that is exactly 1 year on from when she started pole vault. So to go to national champ within a year is pretty impressive. So congratulations to all our finalists and to all our athletes that made it to the championships last weekend. It was a great result for all of them. Okay, moving to our more senior athletes, we had the British Masters track and field champs through in Derby on over the weekend. Apologise for not mentioning this last week. I think I got a bit confused with all the excitement of the Vets League. But we had 6 athletes competing. No Helen Godsill, who's still injured, and no Louisa, who's preparing for Worlds. But we only had 6, but they were 6 with some very good results. So in the M35 100 metres, we had Dwayne Bovell taking 2nd. Ashley Reid, M40, was 4th in the 100, but 3rd in long jump and 200. Richard Holt, an M50, came 2nd in the 400 metre hurdles. And then Clem Leon had a very busy weekend. Clem's an M65. He took 7th in long jump, 6th in the 200 with 29.26. He was 5th in the 100, 14.52. 4th in high jump with 1 metre 30, and 2nd in triple jump with 9.39. So well done, Clem. Just 2 more results. We had Steve Landon, M65, 2nd in javelin with 43.20, which was also a club record, and then 2nd for Daniela Sage in the W45 100 metres, 13.55 for Daniela. So well done to our masters who'd gone through to Derby. The final set of results was the Kent Young Athletes League. We had round 3, and that was here on Sunday. So it was great to have a home match for the 3rd round, although that does add a lot of extra pressure in filling all the additional volunteering roles. So a huge well done to the club for a fantastic turnout, and it was a great event on the day. Well done to John Hubbard, who masqueraded as our stadium announcer for the day, but he had pulled together all our officials, most notably Dave Cordell and Mike Davies for the field ref and clerk of course jobs, although they were supported by very good assistants on the day, Dennis? So also many thanks to our club officials. We had Steve Hollingdale, Karen Cosby and Chris Ruby, plus our new recruit Andy from Petswood Runners. So they were looking after high jump plus both pole vault competitions, and that's a very tough afternoon, especially as it was so hot on Sunday. Must give thanks to our team managers. So we had Rose looking after all the girls, and Joe Martin was looking after all the boys. So it was great for them to get both sets of teams out on the day. And a thank you to our parents for juggling the siblings, the food for the day, the sun cream, that kind of thing. It's not an easy task getting kids out, so many thanks to our parents. Also got to give thanks to Alice Platt and Claire Ostrich, who coordinated all the helpers, the kit sale, I think we made quite a bit of money there, and the spike raffle, which was a great idea. And also thanks to Linda Poiru, who does many jobs behind the scenes, but certainly had a very important role keeping everyone who was outside very well hydrated. So a massive thanks to everyone who helped turn out. We could not run a match like that without those volunteers, so huge thanks to them. So moving to the competition, our under 13 girls had a great start. Our sprint duo of Zamaya Dixon and Faye Yeomans got us off to a super start with first A and fourth B in the 75 metres. They both went on to pick up 3rd A and 4th B in long jump, and Faye also picked up a 5th A in high jump. They were partnered with Serena Simons and Ezia Coro to take a fabulous win in the 4x100 relay at the end of the afternoon. Serena and Ezia had earlier taken 4th A and 1st B in the 150 metre sprint, and Faye was partnered with Olivia King, who took 3rd B in high jump. Olivia had also run a PB in the 75 metres earlier in the day. Completing the track team, we had Ella Ray and Beatrice Morez taking on a super hot 1200 metres. Both ran great times to take 4th A and 3rd B string. And finally, we had Harriet Hughes taking A string points in both javelin and shot. The under 13 boys also had a very strong day. They opened the day with a double win in the 75 metre hurdles from Jake Maloney and Luca Huntston. Jake went on to take 2nd A string in the 200 with a win in the B string from Zach Poulier. Luca also found time for 4th A in long jump and a 3rd B in the high jump. Our short sprinters of Nico Senior and club debutant Oscar Letienzo took a 2nd A and 1st B in the 100 metres. Nico also managed time for a B string long jump. The boys went on to take a really strong win in the 4x100 metres with great changeovers. In the field, our new member Oliver Beescroft, who had his first outing with the club last weekend at the YDL match at Tonbridge, this week found himself winning the A string hammer with 1974, and also took a third A in the shot put. Oliver was joined in shot with Luke Eperon, who threw a PB for 5th B, and earlier had run in that super hot 1500 metres with Dexter Mean. And finally, we had Oscar King and Zach Evans taking points in javelin. So great runs and jumps and throws from our under 13s. Moving up to our under 15 girls, they had a particularly strong day on Sunday. Starting in the field, we had A string second places from Alice Witherspoon in high jump, Luna Corey in pole vault, Freya Pearson in long jump, Kaweng Paul in shot, and Jacqueline Zekwe in discus. Partnering those A string seconds, we had B string wins from Heidi Coulson in high jump, Amelie Ramdeen in long jump, Luna Corey this time in shot, Kaweng Paul in discus, and Freya Pearson this time in javelin. So super strong results in the field. They were almost as strong on the track. Our hurdlers Heidi Coulson and Jacqueline Zekwe took a 4th A and 2nd B. Our sprinters Omasan Okoro and Isabel Ray took 4th A and 5th B in the 100. Heidi, Omasan, Isabel and Isabel were joined with Mariana Caceres in the 4x100 relay, where they took a very close 3rd. And then moving up in distance, our long sprinters Freya and Amelie took 2nd A and 3rd B in the 300. They were partnered with Isabel and Alice in the 4x300, where the girls took a very close 2nd. And finally, moving up to our longest race of the day, our 1500 metre pairing of Evie De Bruyn and Sophia Mossy took great double wins, coping really well with the heat. And finally, our under 15 boys, they had a great start in the 80 metre hurdles with double firsts and PBs from Alex De Cruz and Jack Ruby, along with a non-scoring win and PB from Alex Giles. We had double seconds this time from Alex De Cruz and Thomas Valens in the 300, plus a win for Jericho in the non-scoring 300, where he ran a PB for the first time going sub 40, which was really good. We had double firsts in discus from Olufukayo Lana and Athanarth Gananthan, along with Jack Ruby, who won the non-scoring event with a PB in excess of 3 metres. The boys each took the 3 of the 4 furthest throws on the day, so we might actually want to recruit the boys to help our ladies masters team with a bit of discus training, because we definitely need it. Anyway, we had more double wins from Rory Whitcomb in pole vault and hammer. Rory was 20 metres further than 2nd place in the hammer, so a great throw from him. Another double second from Seb North and Jack Ruby in high jump, with Zacchaeus Kalman jumping a non-scoring event. And then Seb and Zacchaeus were out again, this time in shot, both taking good points and PB throws, plus a non-scoring win and PB for Alex Giles, who's getting in some extra practice ahead of his upcoming combined events championships. So moving to the 100 metres, we had a 4th A and 3rd B from Olufukayo and Sylvester. And Sylvester was joined with TJ, Jericho and Jack to run a very smooth 4x100 metres. For a team that rarely runs together, they had very solid baton exchanges. And then were PBs from our 1500 metre runners of Jake Martin and Nathan Crossan, along with Aaron Crossan, who was running as a non-scorer. tough runs from them. It was the hottest part of the day for sure. It was very a tough day. But then our last event of the day was a really solid second in the 4x300 relay from Athenarth, Zacchaeus, Matthias Caceres and Tom. So that was our Sunday. We of course had our Tuesday night open meet last night. I'm not going to go through the results with you of those. They're all available on Open Track or Entry for Sports. Sorry, Entry for Sports has the results. But it was a fantastic night last night. If anyone's down last night, they would have enjoyed a really pleasant evening. It was lovely temperatures. We had over 450 entries on the day. There was like 109 800 metre runners, just as an example. So it was a very well attended meet. Lovely, beautiful evening. Great results. Again, a big thanks to all the officials that came out and the volunteers that helped out, because it ran very smoothly and it was a very successful night for the club. So I'm going to move on to our parkrun facts and podiums. This week we had 45 park runners in 27 different locations, and our furthest from the clubhouse this week goes to Mike Sims, who finished 10th at the Mount Stewart Parkrun, which is over on the Isle of Bute in the Western Isles. So roughly 480 miles away from the clubhouse, plus a couple of ferries. So I'm actually quite shocked that we have one there, because there was only 53 entrants, so a really tiny, very remote part of the world. So I'm very surprised they have a parkrun. Anyway, podiums. So our first three from the club at Bromley. First home for the club was Micah Evans, who was also second male. Gregory Bull was second home, and Katie Sugden third home from the club, plus also fourth lady. At Lloyd Park, Graham Luger was first male. At Dulwich, we had Emery Aldridge was first young male in a PB of 18:10, and also at Dulwich was Harry Schmidt. He wasn't on the podium, but he's definitely getting back towards his kind of podium times, his PB times. So it was good to see Harry getting fast again. Well done, Harry. At Orpington, we had a second male for Dave Adams. At Margate, we had a second lady for Eva Dembo, and it was a second young female for her little sister Freya Dembo. At Fountain Abbey, Holly Afford Smith was second young female, and at Squaries Winery, Steve Howe was second male. Okay, so that concludes all our results roundup and all our events. What's coming up this weekend, we've got the final round of the National League up in Birmingham. It is a pressure round. We need to finish higher than, at least sixth, or sixth or better to avoid relegation. The last time out, the second round, we had a really strong third, which we're hoping to match again this time round, but you never know. Big thanks as ever to our team managers. I know they've been really busy trying to get as strong a team out as possible, but it is difficult. We've got a full team of officials going up, taking maximum points there, so many thanks to them. And of course, we were really pleased last week to hear that Sam Reardon was going to be joining us up in Birmingham. So of course that's all changed, but we're going to let him off with that one. It's bigger and better fish to fry for Sam. Okay, the only other thing coming up, we've got Holly Platt is over in the States. This week she's competing in the 2024 Women's Decathlon World Championships in Ohio. So we wish Holly well in that. And that is all we have coming up. I think just to say, the men's 4x400 relay in the Olympics starts on Friday the 9th, so next Friday, week on Friday, that starts. But and I've not been able to get the timings of the Dina's 100 or 200 yet, but we'll update that as we get closer. So all that remains is our 300 club, and we'll move over to Tony. Okay. Come to me, yeah. Is that okay?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The prizes this month are 150, 100, and a 50. Right, Madam President.
Feeling lucky?
2, 5, 6.
Redraw. 2, 5, 6. Oh, a long-standing member, Richard Hall.
Oh, right. He just paid his subscription. That's good.
Close, Richard.
Sure it's the right name.
Okay, next one is 222.
222.
Read it without 222. Well, he often wins the longest distance away because he lives down in the West Country, Bob Minton.
Right. Okay, here we are. 56.
56.
Lower, lower.
Much closer to home, a walker of some renown, Nolan.
Right.
We've seen him for a long time.
He's a minting one. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to draw another one for 50.
So Nolan will win 100.
Someone? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So,
This is what happens if you don't pay your subs. That's it.
108.
108. Well, it says Watlin, but it's Pippa Messon. So
All right, that's Mrs. Watkins.
Mrs.
isn't it?
Watkins.
Okay. Thank you very much indeed.
That's it.
See you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does anybody have anything else to share? Have I missed anything? It's not this week. The winner isn't here, so we're rolling on. Anything else, anybody? No? Okay.